Would you pay a $250 fine for painting your own garage door, or would you throw the paper in the trash? Most people ignore these small neighborhood notices, assuming their primary monthly mortgage payments are the only financial obligations that actually matter. But beneath that simple, unread piece of paper lies a hidden, automated legal mechanism ready to seize your entire property. Within exactly 90 days, a private residential association can legally bypass standard courts and place a priority lien on your home. They stack compounding legal retainers and administrative fees directly on top of your original microfine, inflating your debt instantly. This asymmetric legal framework allows them to force the public sale of your $400,000 asset over a minor aesthetic dispute. They do this without ever stepping foot inside a traditional courtroom, exploiting a systemic loophole that most buyers completely ignore. The psychological root of this vulnerability lies in a powerful cognitive bias known to behavioral economists as the Endowment Effect. When you sign a property deed, your brain creates an artificial sense of total sovereign control over your physical space. This emotional blind spot generates an omission bias, making you systematically ignore the passive risks hidden within association bylaws. A private community board operates as an unmonitored, hyper-local authority, wielding power without any traditional constitutional separation. They act simultaneously as the legislature that invents highly subjective aesthetic restrictions, dictating everything from paint to lawn height. They also act as the local police force, actively monitoring your private driveway for any minor deviation from their catalog. Finally, they function as a predatory collection agency, converting your minor maintenance oversights into automated financial funnels. This operational setup transforms regular property management fee allocation into a highly lucrative, aggressive revenue generation system. Under these terms, a small late fee automatically triggers high-interest legal retainers that are billed directly back to you. Most buyers blindly sign these lengthy agreements during closing, completely unaware of the hidden financial collection loops inside. Once the mechanism is activated, the association has no incentive to negotiate, as interest and penalties accumulate daily. Your equity, which took decades of hard work and thousands of dollars to build, becomes hostage to a private board. If left unresolved, the board can liquidate your primary asset to recover a debt that started at just a few $100s. Understanding this structural architecture is the first critical step toward preserving your household wealth from predatory management practices. Upgrading your financial literacy means seeing the hidden structural frameworks that govern your physical assets before they cost your net worth. Subscribe to Economecha right now to unlock advanced behavioral breakdowns and master the systemic rules of modern wealth preservation. By analyzing real numbers, we can expose exactly how passive submission and proactive strategic defense diverge over time. Let us run a detailed financial analysis of two identical households over a 36-month cycle to see the massive equity gap. To visualize the divergence, we contrast two identical households over a 36-month operational cycle, highlighting the cost of passive asset submission. Household A ignores a $150 aesthetic violation fee, mistakenly assuming that passive silence is a viable strategy for long-term residential asset preservation. Conversely, Household B treats the same $150 fine as a formal legal challenge, immediately invoking a certified mail audit trail for defense. Within months, the passive household faces an automated $2,400 legal retainer fee as the association moves to place a priority lien. Household B utilizes Bylaw Clause 14.2 to invoke a statutory defense, effectively neutralizing the predatory legal retainer fees before they can manifest. Passive homeowners continue to pay monthly assessments of $350 without ever auditing the underlying financial ledger for potential mismanagement or fraud. Household B places those same $350 monthly payments into a restricted escrow account, pending a full forensic audit of the association's books. After 36 months, the passive household suffers a cumulative cash drain of $14,800, ballooned by interest and ignored automated legal compounding. Household B maintains a clean $12,600 baseline, having successfully prevented the wealth-draining legal interest loops through proactive bylaw arbitrage and management accountability. The final equity impact reveals a clear choice: either remain at extreme foreclosure risk or achieve maximum security through systemic bylaw exploitation. To immunize your equity against predatory corporate tech funnels, you must immediately deploy a formal, certified ledger demand under local state code. This critical step forces the management company to provide line-itemed accounting within 14 business days, legally pausing all automated late fee compounding. Next, you must hunt for statutory notice failures. If the board fails to deliver exact physical notifications, their lien becomes entirely void. When boards ignore strict statutory windows for notification, they lose their legal priority, effectively stripping them of their predatory collection power. Tomorrow morning, log into your community portal and download the complete corporate financial statements for the current fiscal year immediately. Cross-reference the legal line item allocated for external attorney retainers to calculate your exact hyper-local systemic risk profile before it is too late. Proactive financial environment control is the only way to stop your primary residential asset from becoming a victim of institutional extraction. By mastering these systemic rules, you shift your status from a vulnerable, passive target to an empowered, sovereign residential asset manager. Set your 14-day alert now to track every correspondence, ensuring that you never miss a deadline for submitting your formal contestation letters. The difference between losing your home to a minor fee and building generational wealth is entirely decided by your tactical legal awareness. Secure your future by treating your property management agreement like the high-stakes financial contract that it actually represents for your family. Economecha is dedicated to stripping away these hidden barriers, providing you with the exact tools needed to protect your hard-earned household equity. If this deep dive into residential asset preservation helped you see your own bylaws differently, hit the like button to spread the awareness. Subscribe right now to stay ahead of the next hidden systemic financial drain and master the behavioral economics of modern wealth building. Stay disciplined, stay informed, and we will see you in the next episode to continue unlocking the architecture of your financial freedom.